Yo, what is up gamers? My name is Russ and today I'm bringing you a quick little video about two items that I think that you should go get from the Legion Timewalking, which at time of posting this video should be active right now. So I will jump straight into it with the Court of Stars dungeon, and there is a ring from the final boss called the Jeweled Signet of Melandrus. As you can see, my character is actually wearing it from last season already. And the reason for this being is there is really no downside to this ring. It has both haste and crit on it, which are great stats for Demon Hunter. Crit, I think a lot of people undervalue. For me, it's actually my highest simming stat when I sim my character on raid bots. And as you can see, I kind of tend to go with about 850 haste, 750 verse, and I'm aiming for about 650 crit, and then we'll go from there with my new stat weights after that. But nonetheless, crit is a really good stat. So the reason that makes this ring so good is it has this extra equip effect which says increase your auto attack damage by 36. Now this is obviously the 246 version. It will drop at whatever key level you do it at. So if you do it on a 15, it will drop at 262, and it can be upgraded with Valor up to 272, the same as any other Mythic Plus item. So for me, I'm going to be trying to get it on a 15. But if there are no groups, I just want to be constantly going and going and going. So I might try and do it anywhere above a 12, really. That might even make it a bit easier because maybe there's less wipes. Maybe the runs will actually be much quicker, so it's a quicker farm. And I guess a quick tip from me as well. If you do plan on farming this, maybe try out some Vengeance next week, because it'll probably make signing up to groups for Vault of the Wardens and Court of Stars much easier and quicker. So that is the ring. It increases your auto attack damage by 36, and it has good stats on it. There is really no reason not to go get this one. If you're a casual player and you don't get it after like 10 runs, maybe you want to give it a miss. But again, these Legion Timewalkings, they only come around like every 3 or 4 months, I think. So you might be left kicking yourself if you don't get your hands on this one this week. But yes, this will obviously increase to, I don't know, maybe like 50, or increase your auto attack damage by 50 or something. And it doesn't sound like much, but it's just free damage, right? Like the ring is already good. We're not making any sacrifice on our stats. It's not like it's a mastery ring and it has auto attack damage on it. Then it would be like, ooh, I don't know if I want that one. But it's already a good ring. Has free damage with extra auto attack damage. If you have every single auto attack that you throw over the course of a dungeon or a raid boss, that is going to add up to an amount of damage, a decent amount of damage, maybe not, but it's free damage nonetheless, right? So if you care at all about min-maxing, go get this. This one is from the Court of Stars. Don't worry too much about getting it with a socket or not. In fact, getting it with avoidance is the best, because then you can just attach a socket later. But I'm just going to get the first one I get, and I'm just going to get the hell out of there. So the first ring I get, I'm just going to stop, and I'm going to upgrade it with Valor later and attach a socket later. If I get avoidance, cool. So the next item is from the Vault of the Wardens. I might have done a spoiler alert earlier, but it is called the Faulty Countermeasure. It's a trinket. There is actually a second trinket from here called Tirathon's Betrayal, which does a similar thing, but with agility instead of crit. And it also gives you a little shield every time that it procs. So that's kind of nice. It has some defensive use too. But I think the Faulty Countermeasure is going to be the one that people go for, and probably the better of the two. Definitely the one that I'm going to be prioritizing. And this from Vault of the Wardens. Again, you can do it on a 15 or a 12 or a 10 or whatever you're comfortable with. You can just upgrade it later with Valor, right? Now, this trinket, what it does, it has crit on it, and it's just an on-use 2-minute cooldown trinket. Sheath your weapons in eyes for 30 seconds, giving your melee attacks a chance to cause 340 additional frost damage and slow your target's movement speed. So obviously that will be much higher than 340 when it's at eye level 272. But yeah, it's just damage on hit, so kind of good. It's easy to use. You just kind of fire and forget. And the reason that I think this is going to be a good trinket, I don't know for sure if it's going to be like BIS, so I can't say that or guarantee that in this video. Just going by the sims that we have access to on both Blood Mallet here and Hero Damage, it's ranked in like top 5 or 6 trinkets. So it's still a good one to have. I don't know if people are going to be using it until people have it, right? Maybe people find that the actual practical use of it is better than it looks on sims. For example, Shadowgrass Totem obviously sims very well, very well. If you have a good one of these, then that's great. But the problem with Shadowgrass Totem is you can kind of throw it on the ground, and if your target dies or if something moves out of range, then you know, it'll be wasted. This Faulty Countermeasure, you just turn it on, and if you're smacking NPC number 1 and it dies, you just start smacking NPC number 2, and it's obviously carried over, right, because it's just on your weapons. So much easier to use than some of these trinkets. Same with the infinitely visible ooze. That one kind of just like attacks something in range, and if you switch targets, it doesn't really always follow with you. It doesn't stop targeting. Sometimes the little oozes can get left behind when you move between packs and stuff. So much easier to use, and I think probably the most valuable or the most undervalued thing about this trinket is the fact that it's like a 30-second burst window in a way. So it's going to be really good on things like, you know, anytime enemies are taking increased damage for a large amount of time. I can think maybe like third boss Spires of Ascension. This one would be really good there. Same as Shadowgrass Totem, I guess, there. But yeah, again, quite easy to use on a 2-minute cooldown, and just like a good all-rounder. Plus it's giving crit. Some people don't have that much crit, so it might be giving them a bit more value than, you know, they think on these sim sheets. So I think it's definitely worth picking up. I think it's actually probably a top 3 trinket, I'd say. Top 3 or 4, but I don't know if people are going to use it over the cash. The cash can be kind of awkward to use sometimes, but it is really, really good, and it also scales with AoE. So the cash probably going to get edged out by it, but there's no reason to say that they might not both be taken like double on use, because this is a 3-minute cooldown and the Faulty Countermeasure is a 2, so you could kind of offset them quite easily, and you'd have like a trinket up for like most packs in dungeons and things like that. So definitely could see that happening. Again, I just don't want to be left kicking myself having not picked it up if in 2 weeks time everyone just starts using this trinket, right? And then I'll be left behind because I'd have to wait 3 months. So I would very, very highly recommend that you go pick up this one. If you happen to get a Tirathon's Betrayal in the process, cool, probably hold on to it just in case some people start using it later in the season when survivability becomes an issue. I don't know, but if you get this one in the meantime, hold on to it. Although I'm not going to prioritize farming it. I will prioritize farming this and the ring though. So quick little video from me. Hopefully it's quick and it's not too long. Good luck out there. As I said, feel free to try out some Vengeance. I'm going to have a little Vengeance DPS glass cannon Vengeance guide coming out pretty soon, which I've been working on a bit, tanking up to like +20s with it. I'm going like full DPS mode with the 4 pieces. Really, really fun. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments so I know to definitely follow through and make that one. Subscribe to the channel, and if you're still here right now, you obviously like the video, so make sure you hit that like button down below. All right, good luck in Legion Timewalking. Make the most of it. Do it earlier in the week rather than later, and I will catch you guys in the next video. As always, peace.